Yo, so it looks like Cassie's family is finally breaking their silence, and what her sister just revealed about Cassie has everybody talking. After Diddy managed to escape those major charges and basically walk away, fans have been waiting to hear from Cassie herself, but now her sister's making it clear that Cassie can't speak, at least not yet. Well, the way she worded it has people convinced that there's way more happening behind the scenes than we thought, and some are even saying that Cassie might be silenced on purpose. But let's get into exactly what her sister revealed, because things are changing. Okay, y'all, so as expected, Cassie is not taking the news of Diddy's basic acquittal very well. And honestly, it's not hard to understand why. A lot of folks were hoping that Diddy's victims, including Cassie, would finally see some justice for everything they've allegedly been through. But let's not forget, Cassie was the first person to break her silence and publicly take legal action against Diddy. Back in November 2023, she filed the explosive lawsuit accusing him of some serious abuse. The case ended up being settled in less than 24 hours for $20 million. And at the time, a lot of people felt like that was a major red flag pointing to his guilt. But y'all, that wasn't the end of it by far, because Cassie later played a huge role in the federal case as one of the prosecutor's star witnesses. And if you've been following the trial, then you already know the details that Cassie shared were nothing short of disturbing. So naturally, with everything stacked against Diddy and with the prosecution going as hard as they were, most people thought that this case was going to be a slam dunk for the feds, especially with Cassie's testimony being as detailed and disturbing as it was. So you can imagine how shocked everybody was when the jury came back and found Diddy not guilty on all the major charges, including ass trafficking accusations tied to Cassie and Jane Doe. Now, he was found guilty on 2 lesser charges for transporting people across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. So yeah, he still is probably facing some jail time. But at the end of the day, none of this alleged victims, including Cassie, are getting the full justice that they were hoping for. And according to Cassie's sister, she's not taking that news very well at all. According to her sister, Cassie has allegedly been struggling ever since the verdict dropped. And honestly, can you blame her? Let's not forget that Cassie just had a baby barely a month ago. So she's probably already in a very vulnerable state. And now she has to deal with his legal mess on top of all of that. Y'all already know that the internet has been relentless over this since she filed that original lawsuit against Diddy. She's been called everything from a liar to a gold digger, with folks picking apart her story like a clock. And once he was found not guilty, it only got worse. Even some celebs like Funk Flex started accusing her of fabricating the whole thing just to come after Diddy. So yeah, y'all, Cassie's definitely dealing with a lot right now, but luckily Cassie isn't facing all this alone. Not only does she have her husband holding her down, but her sister has been standing firm beside her too. And word in the streets is her sister has been going off on reporters, bloggers, and anybody trying to get a comment out of Cassie right now. She's making it crystal clear that Cassie can't speak on anything at the moment, and she has no intentions of entertaining the media circus surrounding the case. But honestly, it's refreshing to see her family stepping up, especially considering how brutal the public has been. And if you've been following this whole situation, then you already know her sister has had Cassie's back from jump. Y'all probably remember how Cassie testified during the trial while she was 8 months pregnant, and her sister was right there in the courtroom, supporting her every step of the way. So despite the backlash, the chaos, at least Cassie knows she's not fighting this battle alone. And now that things didn't quite turn out the way that everybody expected, her sister is still standing 10 toes down behind her, making sure Cassie has the space and support she needs. Despite all the noise online and the people trying to spin their own narratives, her sister is making it clear that Cassie's focus right now is healing, not defending herself to the public. And from the looks of it, her sister has no plans of letting up anytime soon. So at this point, it's clear that Cassie isn't ready to speak, and we can't blame her. Between dealing with the backlash, the new baby, and watching Diddy walk free and the fear of what he might do, it's a lot to process. But with her sister holding her down and her husband behind her, only a matter of time before we hear her side of the story, if she decides to speak at all. But what do y'all think? Do you think that Cassie is staying quiet for legal reasons, or do you think she's in fear, or do you think she's absolutely done trying to fight this battle in public? Drop your thoughts and comments below, and then stick around, because the next update is only going to get messier.